And that's what we're so excited to have him here, bringing another dimension of renewable energy, creating better environment for our kids, but also applications that support education. And you know what? For that, I'd love to introduce the operations manager for New York Bus Sales. Have him come on up and say a few words, John Johnson.
I'll give you the mic now. All right, that'll work. Good afternoon. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today. We are excited about this new facility. It's been a long time coming. The town has been great to work with. Genesee County Economic Development Corporation has been a great partner in this. National Grid has been a great partner. A little bit about New York Bus Sales. We are a Bluebird distributor, dealer for school buses, purpose-built school buses. This is going to be a purpose-built facility. The nice thing that happened is the mandate came down as we were putting this together. We have a sister company that is into the infrastructure. We'll do fleet analysis for the school districts, help them out in deciding when is the right time to go. Is the infrastructure there? Working with National Grid, we're able to come up with the infrastructure. That was something that we put together here. We're going to start out with 22 chargers, 2 of which will be DC fast charges. We have the ability to go up to 80, so our infrastructure is there. That is the good part. So we're just happy to be here. So is everybody ready to get electrified?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you, John. I very much appreciate the overview, and welcome to Genesee County. And New York Bus Sales is making its first delivery of electric buses, and it'll be made next month to Lakeshore School District in Erie County. And that was really, I think, one of the main reasons, this location for where you build your site. And this gives New York Bus Sales, again, the opportunity to reach in and penetrate, New York's second and third largest metros in both the Western New York and Finger Lakes region. And in fact, as a result of the state legislation, companies that provide bus services to districts across New York State will be converting their fleets to electric power. I think it's a 2035 number, if I remember. That's in the CLCPA and related draft scoping plans at the moment. And we're really delighted to be joined by, I'm going to say this name, please correct me, Lakeshore's Director of Transportation. Is it Perry Odie? Perry Odie. Thank you, Perry. You want to come up and say a few words? Love to. You guys are at the forefront here. So,
thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, Lakeshore Central Schools. I'm Perry Odie, Transportation Director for Lakeshore Central Schools. We have a very good working relationship with New York Bus Sales. Currently, we're running 54 Bluebird school buses in our fleet. We service approximately 2,500 students in beautiful Angola, New York, which is right on the tip of Lake Erie, just below Buffalo. So some of the best beaches in Buffalo, by the way, south of Buffalo. But I'll tell you, our working relationship with New York Bus Sales has really given us a great amount of support, and especially at a time when we have change in our industry. And talk about change, right now we have some of the biggest challenges coming to us in the pupil transportation industry. We've gone through driver ergonomics, we've gone through safety standards in the industry that have always been challenging. But now as we approach the zero emissions in pupil transportation, it's probably going to be the largest change that our industry is going to face, at least in my lifetime. And the work that's being done here today with New York Bus Sales and Bluebird School Bus just gives me the securement that we're with the right partners in the industry through New York Bus Sales, and John's team really is going to move us in the right direction. And I have to tell you, congratulations to you and the New York Bus Sales team and the Bluebird Bus team for the accomplishments you've made, and thank you for allowing us to be your partner with it. So, thank you.
Well, thank you very much. And you know what? Lakeshore gets bragging rights for first mover advantage in this market space. That's pretty cool. The town of Batavia and its leadership has been great partners. in our economic efforts through the years. And all I got to do is drive around the town a little bit and take a look. I mean, this place has really transformed not only our construction and transportation and ag cluster here, but across town you've got a burgeoning, vibrant dairy processing cluster too, that was all tied together because of state and local and town and county and national grid investments in these efforts, and it makes a difference. And one of the people from day one that really we locked arms with was the leadership of Greg Post and the town supervisor. I mean, he believed in what we were trying to do here and building in meaningful industrial parks that are regional assets, to advance opportunities for our kids. And that's what it's been about for nearly 20 years now. And you can look around and see the fruits of that labor and those partnerships. And with that, I'd like to turn it over and ask Greg to come up and say a few words. Can you let this or not?
Probably not. I brought 7 sheets of paper. I'll read half of one. Mr. Johnson, I'd like to welcome you and your staff and all of your associates to the town of Batavia. And I just want to thank everyone who had participated in the last 15, 20 years in transforming the culture of the community into a business-friendly, commercial-oriented, residentially protected, sustainable community. Our partnership with the Genesee County, City of Batavia, and the Economic Development Corporation.
I'm going to hold this for you because you're still not loud enough.
I just want to offer our support to the City of Batavia, the Genesee County EDC, Genesee County, and all of the partners that have established their businesses in our township to allow us to grow a sustainable and hopefully successful community into the future. Thank you all for participating, and I'll let this, I wanted to also thank all of my staff who have worked tirelessly for 20 years to make this all a possibility. So thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Post. I appreciate that. We're getting dust stormed here a little bit, so I'll try to move faster. We're ripe for job investment, retention, and creation, and private sector investment. I think you see that all around us, and a lot of it's through our strong, really tireless support from our county leadership, and especially the individual that's in the lead role today. She has been a tireless advocate for our efforts in our agency, and we're just incredibly fortunate to have county legislature that we have, the support that they offer. It allows us to build things to help enable growth. And with that, I'd love to introduce our county legislature chair, Shelley Stein.
Folks, here in Genesee County, it really is a team effort, and we are fortunate to have a very strong employment here and good paying jobs, which is helping us to create our career opportunities for our residents. I want to thank and recognize my colleagues in the county and the state, their governments, for their leadership in making Genesee County a really great place to do business, and leaders like our friends Greg Post, Steve Hawley, and Ed Rath, who work with us in the legislature in this very collaborative effort. Because we don't do anything alone, as I said, it really is a team sport here. Great things are happening here in Genesee County, and this economic development project is a great example of that phenomenon. It's by design, it's by commitment, and it's by creativity of all of our partners. This county truly is a hidden gem between 2 major metropolitan regions, and that's evidenced through our continued growth and projects like this one that we are unveiling today. So thank you, John Johnson and the New York Bus Sales Company. Your investment in Genesee County, I know that you'll have great success here, and we look forward to your continued success and perhaps growth. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shelley, for those great comments. And again, this is always underscored by private sector investment. You guys are the ones that drive the train, and we're just lining up to try to assist you to be successful. And another person that's been a great partner for us through the years, that helps enable these deals, working vigorous with me right now on some issues down in Albany, is New York State Assemblyman Steve Hawley. Steve's a tremendous advocate for Genesee County and for our towns and villages down in Albany. He's got to head back there with Senator Rath on Wednesday for a special session. I mean, they always have demands on their time. He understands to be competitive from an economic development perspective. Private and public sector really need to work well together, and that's what happens here. And with that, please allow me to introduce and welcome Assemblyman Steve Hawley.
Thank you, Steve. Hi, I'm Steve Haw. It's great to be here today. All we need to do is look around us at a 360-degree circle, a complete circle, and find out where the activity is, where the action is, where folks are choosing to build, bring their business, and bring success with it, not just to this area in the town of Batavia or Genesee County. This is a Western New York project as far as Senator Rath and I are concerned. And as Shelley said, this is a team effort. You get together, you get to work together and bring success if you're on the same team. And all of us here today, behind me and out in front, those of you that I'm talking to, are part of that team. I'd like to thank Mr. Johnson, John Johnson, for putting his faith in this area. I know it will please the governor and those that have pushed so hard for electrification. And slowly but surely, we will get there, I'm sure. And you said you were working on this even before the edict, if you will, came out. New York Bus Sales is a burgeoning business. We've heard from Lakeshore how successful and easy to work with they are. And I want to congratulate them. I want to thank Greg Post, a very close friend of mine who's been just at the forefront of economic development working with the EDC, Shelley Stein, our Genesee County legislative chair, and certainly my very, very close friend, Ed Rath, who has been just a blessing to work with these past 2 years. With that, congratulations, thanks for locating here, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, Assemblyman Hawley. I appreciate that. And you know what? Although he's only been Genesee County's rep for a couple years, the Rath roots go long and deep and wide in Genesee County. When you're trying to navigate politics and bureaucracy and funding issues at the state level, when you have guys like Steve Hawley and Ed Rath there, knowing how to navigate the political infrastructure to make sure you do what's right for business, you've got a formula for success. And we've been thrilled for the help he's provided us in the time he's been here. And with that, I wanted to introduce to you and ask him to step and say a few words, our Senator Ed Rath.
Well, thank you very much, Steve, and thank you for everyone who's here today. John Johnson, for your investment with New York Bus Sales right here in Genesee County. To my partner in Genesee County, Steve Hawley. Steve and I work so closely together with all the concerns and the issues and the priorities of business and the residents of this community. It's great to be standing here with you again today. Shelley Stein, we have worked also very closely on many, many issues with Genesee County and my role as a state senator. And I was saying to Steve a moment ago that I was going to be batting cleanup. So in batting cleanup, I've got to stick with a baseball reference here. There's a classic baseball movie from many, many years ago called Field of Dreams. Everyone saw Field of Dreams. One of the most famous lines of Field of Dreams was, "If you build it, they will come." And right now we are standing on a living and breathing example of building things in Genesee County, and the people and the jobs and the investment will come. And that's exactly what we're seeing because of the hard work of Steve Hyde and all the agencies that are making all of this investment happen right here in Genesee County. And it was mentioned a couple times earlier that Genesee County is in between Buffalo and Rochester, and Genesee County is absolutely the crown jewel of this region in many, many ways. The best of both worlds, if you will, and Genesee County then synthesizes and brings it all together. And to John Johnson, I want to thank you for your investment. $4.5 million investment, dozens of jobs in 21st century technology. And when businesses invest, and I learned this from the years I was at the ECIDA, there needs to be a balance. There's a three-legged stool: private sector, public sector, and education. And this is a perfect example of the private sector, the public sector, and education coming together to making this happen right here in Genesee County. And we're embracing this 21st century jobs. And it's exciting to hear that you could have a four-fold increase in the amount of charging stations that you're going to see. And I would submit that you will probably see that happen sooner rather than later here in Genesee County because of the momentum we're seeing right here in this community. So it's my honor to stand here as your state senator. You have my advocacy this year and for any years going forward. I will always have my heart right here in Genesee County fighting for the communities and the businesses. So thank you again for giving me the opportunity to say a few words, and this is a wonderful new step forward for this great county. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, it is very gratifying. I mean, I stand here today, and you know what? Back in 2004 and 2005, this was the Gateway 2 Industrial Park, which is right there off to your left, was the first industrial park that I undertook on my watch as the economic development director. And you know, it was dreams discussions with Greg Post at the time, and we actually together partnered to gain funding to bring infrastructure from Gateway 1 Park south of here, across the road, and bring that all the way down here and build the water and sewer and roads that today New York Bus Sales is plugging into, that Land Pro across the street is plugged into, that Ashley Furniture and the Galena developments and their multiple buildings all plugged into. That's what enables this, is those partnerships. And another one of the key players that was involved in all of that and has always been there to join us in co-investing through the years is National Grid. They've always been there to support our efforts. You can see it all over the place. National Grid puts investment in, builds infrastructure with us, provides reliable electric service, and now you can see it even on with a big exclamation point in their efforts today with the New York Bus Sales project and the Make Ready, Charge Ready program. So we're fortunate today to have National Grid's Western New York executive, Ken Kajawa, with us. And with that, Ken and I have worked together for years and have a great partnership. And he's a good friend. And thank him for coming today to say a few words to everybody. Ken?
Thank you, Steve, and thank you for allowing National Grid to be a part of this event today. John, New York Bus Sales, thank you for becoming a customer of National Grid. We really appreciate it. I just want to take this opportunity to recognize from National Grid's team, Whitney Skeens and Leslie Vishwanath. They are, I like to refer to them as our dynamic duo on our electric vehicle efforts from National Grid. They are out pounding the pavement every day, working with companies like New York Bus Sales, working with other companies, commercial, industrial, even residential in Western New York, trying to help advance New York State's goals, which are to increase charging capacity in New York State, in this case helping electrify school bus fleets across Western New York, all this with the goal of helping New York State achieve its ambitious energy goals. I want to recognize Paul Gister. Paul is our manager for the Genesee region, and Paul works closely with Steve and our elected officials on projects to make sure that they move forward to completion and hopefully, again, customer satisfaction. So with that, I want to again congratulate New York Bus Sales. We hope that this is the start of a long and profitable relationship, and we wish you all the best. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much, Ken. You know what? Great project. New York Bus Sales. Been so excited to see a bunch of electric buses in and out of here. John, we're thrilled to have you guys as part of the community. We're very thankful. You know what? That really concludes our program.
If I could, before we
Please do.
conclude, this has been a long, ongoing project, many iterations of the project and what it was going to look like, what it was going to be, how we were going to come up with it. You have to forgive me for the wind. This is what the facility will look like.
Now that's remarkable, you know? I mean, those are one of the beautiful things, and that's why, where would you rather be than right here, right now, celebrating this great project with New York Bus Sales. And really the future comes ushering in with this, with the electrification, electric vehicles and electric buses. So,
On three. 1, 2, 3.
They know what they're doing. I know. Look, I got the bunch of